Hey Reddit, I'm Ryan, 32M, and I think I just made the biggest mistake of my life. Or maybe it was the best decision I've ever made. I honestly don't know anymore. What I do know is that my marriage just exploded in the most unexpected way possible. And I was the one who walked away. Let me take you back to how it all started. My wife, Hannah, 29F, and I had been married for 6 years. We had the kind of relationship people called solid. No major drama, no huge fights, at least not until last week. We were in the middle of an argument, one of those stupid, pointless ones that start over nothing and spiral into everything. I don't even remember what triggered it. Dishes? Something I said in the wrong tone? Who knows? What I do remember is what she said. Because once she said it, I couldn't unhear it. Plenty of men want me, Ryan. I could have anyone I want. I froze. Something inside me just snapped. She saw my expression and immediately backtracked. I didn't mean it like that. But I wasn't listening anymore. Because in that moment, all I could think was, then go find them. And so I did something I never thought I'd do. I left. Not just the room. Not just the house. I left the marriage. I packed a bag, grabbed my keys, and walked out the door without another word. I don't think she expected me to actually leave. Hell, I didn't expect me to actually leave. I drove around aimlessly for hours, trying to process what had just happened. My mind was spinning. Had I overreacted? Should I have stayed and talked it out? But every time I replayed her words in my head, my jaw clenched. Plenty of men want me. It wasn't just the words. It was the way she said them. Like she had options. Like I was just one of many. Like she was settling for me. I ended up crashing at my friend Mark's place. When I told him what happened, he just stared at me. Dude, are you serious? She actually said that. Yeah. And you just left? What was I supposed to do? He shrugged. I don't know. Fight back. Call her bluff. I shook my head. She meant it, Mark. Maybe not in the moment, but deep down, she meant it. Because the truth is, you don't say something like that unless part of you believes it. And I wasn't going to stick around and be someone's backup plan. The first day, she didn't call. The second day, she texted once. Ryan, are you really doing this? Please talk to me. I didn't respond. By the third day, the messages started piling up. Ryan, I was angry. I didn't mean it. Please come home. You're blowing this out of proportion. Are you really going to throw everything away over one fight? And then the guilt trips. You're being cruel. I never thought you'd just abandon me like this. If you ever loved me, you'd at least talk to me. That one stung. Because the truth was, I did love her. But love isn't enough when respect is gone. And I didn't know if I could ever look at her the same way again. On the fourth day, I got a call from her sister, Ava, 27F. Ava and I had always been close. She was the first one in Hannah's family to accept me, the one who always defended me when her parents side-eyed our relationship. So when I saw her name on my screen, I hesitated. Then I picked up, Ryan, thank God. She sounded out of breath, like she'd been running. Ava, what's going on? She hesitated. Then, it's Hannah. She's a mess. She hasn't slept. She's barely eating. She thinks you're never coming back. I sighed, pinching the bridge of my nose. Ava, I don't know what to tell you. Tell me you'll talk to her. I can't. Why not? I hesitated. Then, finally I said it. Because I don't know if I want to. Silence. Then, softer, Ryan, do you really think she meant it? Does it matter? Yes. I exhaled. Ava, even if she didn't mean it, the fact that she said it, that it was even in her head at all, I can't unhear that. Another long pause. So what now? She asked. I don't know. I really didn't. That night, I got a message from an unexpected person. A guy named Jordan. Jordan was Hannah's ex. The one before me. The one she used to call the biggest mistake of her life. So why the hell was he messaging me? Hey man, I know this is random, but you and Hannah still together? My stomach twisted. Why? I typed back. Because she just messaged me. I felt like I'd been punched in the gut. I stared at the screen, heart pounding. After a long pause, he sent a screenshot. It was her message. Hey, been a long time. How have you been? That was all. But that was enough. She wasn't just waiting for me to come back. She was already looking for my replacement. And suddenly, everything was crystal clear. This wasn't just a fight. This wasn't just a mistake. This was who she really was. And I was done. So yeah, my wife texted her ex. For days after I left. After begging me to come back. After telling me she was miserable without me. And that was all I needed to know. I stared at the screenshot Jordan sent me, my brain refusing to process it. Hannah, my wife, messaging her ex. I knew I shouldn't be surprised. I should have expected it after what she said to me. Plenty of men want me. Well, she sure as hell wasted no time testing that theory. But the worst part, the part that made my stomach turn, she wasn't even trying to hide it. She must have known Jordan would tell me. Hell, maybe that was the point. Maybe she wanted to get a reaction out of me. I clenched my jaw, my fingers tightening around my phone. I had two options. Confront her, ask her what the hell she was doing, see if she'd try to lie her way out of it. Say nothing, walk away, and let her do whatever she wanted with whoever she wanted. I went with option 2, because at the end of the day, what was left to say? She had made her choice, and so had I. The next day, I was sitting on Mark's couch, scrolling mindlessly through my phone, when there was a loud knock at the door. Mark opened it, and there she was, Ava, and she did not look happy. Ryan. Her voice was sharp, accusing. What the hell is going on? I sighed. Ava, I really don't have the energy for this right now. She stormed inside anyway. You don't have the energy? My sister is losing her mind, and you don't have the energy? I rubbed my temples. Ava, I get that you're trying to help, but no, you don't get it. She crossed her arms. Because if you did, you wouldn't be ignoring her while she's falling apart. I exhaled slowly. Ava, she messaged Jordan. She froze. For the first time since she walked in, she actually looked uncertain. What? I pulled up the screenshot and handed her my phone. Her eyes scanned the message, and I watched as the color drained from her face. Oh, Hannah, she whispered. I leaned back against the couch, arms crossed. Still think she's falling apart. Ava swallowed hard. She's not thinking straight, Ryan. She's just looking for her next option. I finished bitterly. She flinched. It's not like that, isn't it? She was silent, because we both knew the answer. Ava didn't leave right away. She sat there, chewing on her lip, like she was debating whether or not to say something. What? I asked. She hesitated. Then, there's something you should know. My stomach clenched. Oh, this should be good. She gave me a sharp look. I'm serious, Ryan. So am I. She sighed. Okay, you remember how Hannah and I used to live together before you guys got married? Yeah. Well, she shifted uncomfortably. Back then, she had this habit. I narrowed my eyes. What kind of habit? Ava looked down at her hands. When things got bad in her relationships, she'd start talking to other guys. My entire body went cold. Excuse me. Not like cheating, she said quickly, but like keeping options open. Flirting. Testing the waters. She never left a relationship until she was sure she had something else lined up. I felt like I was going to be sick. And you're just telling me this now? She winced. I didn't think it mattered. She was different with you. Or at least, I thought she was. I stared at her. Then I laughed. Because, honestly, what the hell else was I supposed to do? Everything suddenly made sense. The way she'd always gotten weird whenever we fought, like she was weighing her options. The way she'd always had too many guy friends who were just friends. And the worst part? I'd ignored it. Because I loved her. And I thought she loved me. I stood up, running a hand through my hair. Jesus Christ, Ava. Ryan, just stop. I shook my head. I get it now. I really do. And for the first time, I meant it. That night, I got one last message from Hannah. I don't know why you're doing this. I made one mistake, and you're acting like our whole marriage meant nothing. But you know what? Fine. If you're done, then I'm done too. I stared at my screen for a long time. Then I turned off my phone. Because the truth was, our marriage didn't mean nothing. But it didn't mean enough. Not to her. Not anymore. And I was finally done pretending it did. It's been 2 weeks since I walked out on my marriage. 2 weeks since I found out my loving wife was already fishing for her next option before the dust even settled. 2 weeks since I blocked her number, cut her off, and told myself I was finally free. I should have known better. Because people like Hannah, they don't just let go. They make sure if they're miserable, you are too. And she was about to prove that in the worst way possible. After everything that happened, I decided I needed a fresh start. Staying at Mark's place was fine for a while, but I couldn't crash on his couch forever. I needed my own space. Somewhere I could breathe. somewhere Hannah had never stepped foot in. So I found an apartment. Small, nothing fancy, but it was mine. I moved in last weekend, and for the first time in years, I felt something close to peace. No more walking on eggshells. No more wondering if my wife actually wanted to be with me. No more bullshit. Or so I thought. It started with a knock at the door. Not a normal, polite knock. A loud, urgent, angry knock. I opened it, expecting maybe Mark or Ava. But no, it was him, Jason, Hannah's other ex. The one before Jordan. And he did not look happy to see me. Ryan. His voice was sharp, accusatory. I frowned. Yeah. We need to talk. I glanced past him, half expecting Hannah to be lurking somewhere in the parking lot. About what? He let out a bitter laugh. You seriously don't know? My patience was already paper thin. Dude, I don't even know why you're here, let alone what you're pissed about. His eyes narrowed. Hannah. My stomach twisted. What about her? He scoffed. She told me everything, man. How you just abandoned her. How you left her with nothing. How you turned everyone against her. I clenched my jaw. And you believed her? He shrugged. Didn't at first. But then she showed me the messages. My blood ran cold. What messages? He pulled out his phone, scrolled for a second, then shoved it in my face. And my entire body locked up, because there they were. Dozens of messages. From me. Except, I never sent them. I grabbed the phone, scanning the text with a growing sense of horror. They were bad. I wasn't just cold in these messages. I was cruel. I never loved you, Hannah. You were just convenient. You're pathetic. No wonder every guy leaves you. I hope you rot alone. I looked up at Jason, my heart pounding. These aren't real. He folded his arms. That's what I thought, too. But then why would she make them up? I laughed. A real, bitter, almost hysterical laugh. Oh, I don't know, Jason. Maybe because she's a manipulative psycho who can't handle the fact that I left her. His expression wavered for a second. Like, maybe, just maybe a tiny part of him believed me. But then his jaw tightened. Look, man, I don't know what's true anymore. But I don't know she's not okay. She's a wreck. And if you ever cared about her, you'd at least talk to her. I handed him back his phone. No. His eyes darkened. That's it? Just no. Yeah, just no. I started closing the door, but he stopped it with his foot. She's not going to stop, Ryan. I met his gaze, my stomach twisting. Yeah, I know. And then I shut the door in his face. I barely slept that night. My brain kept replaying the messages. The fact that Hannah had faked them. The fact that Jason actually believed them. How many other people had she shown them to? What was she telling people? Was I about to wake up and find my name smeared all over social media? At around 3 a.m., I finally gave in and checked my phone. No new messages. No missed calls. But my gut told me this wasn't over. And I was right. Because the next morning, Ava called. And her voice was shaking. Ryan, you need to see this. She sent a link. I clicked it, and my stomach dropped. It was a GoFundMe. For Hannah. With the title, Help Me Escape My Abusive Husband. The description was pure fiction. She painted herself as the victim of years of emotional and psychological abuse. Said I had controlled her, isolated her, and then discarded her like garbage. And the worst part? People were donating. A lot of people. Thousands of dollars. Complete strangers were throwing money at her, calling her brave and strong for escaping her evil, narcissistic husband. I felt sick. I immediately texted Ava. Me. What the actual F*** is this? Asterisk. Ava, I don't know, Ryan. I swear. I had no idea she was doing this. Me. She's lying, Ava. She's making me look like a goddamn abuser. Ava, I know. But you need to be careful. Me. Careful? She's publicly ruining my life. Ava. Ryan, she's not stable. And I'm scared she's about to do something worse. I stare at my phone, my heart hammering. Something worse. What the hell could be worse than this? And then I realized I hadn't heard from Hannah directly in days. She'd been too quiet. And that's when I knew this wasn't just about revenge anymore. Hannah wasn't just trying to ruin me. She was about to destroy me. And I had no idea how far she was willing to go. I thought the GoFundMe was rock bottom. I thought Hannah faking messages and turning her exes against me was as bad as it could get. I was wrong. Because she wasn't just trying to ruin my reputation. She was trying to destroy my life. And I never saw it coming. 2 days after Ava showed me the GoFundMe, I was at work when my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I almost ignored it. I wish I had. Hello. Is this Ryan Carter? The voice was sharp, professional. Yeah. Who's this? A pause. Then, this is Detective Morris from the city police department. We need you to come in for questioning. My heart stopped. Questioning? For what? We receive a report from your wife, Hannah Carter. She's alleging domestic abuse. I felt like the floor had been ripped out from under me. You've got to be kidding me. I'm afraid not, sir. We'd like you to come down voluntarily before we move forward with any charges. 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 The room spun. I gripped the edge of the counter, trying to steady myself. This wasn't just some online smear campaign. This was real. Hannah had gone to the police. And if she was willing to lie about this, I was screwed. I don't even remember leaving work. 1 second, I was standing behind the counter, my boss yelling something about my shift. The next, I was in my car, gripping the steering wheel so hard my knuckles turned white. I called Ava. She picked up on the first ring. Ryan. Hannah went to the cops. Silence. Then, oh my God, she's accusing me of abuse. Ava cursed under her breath. Ryan, you need a lawyer. Like now. I already knew that, but hearing her say it made it real. This wasn't just some petty revenge stunt. Hannah wanted to see me in jail. And if I didn't play this right, she might actually pull it off. Mark helped me find a lawyer. His name was Greg Simmons. Late 40s, sharp suit, no bullshit. The kind of guy who looked like he ate fake allegations for breakfast. He didn't sugarcoat it. Ryan, this is serious. Yeah, no shit. Hannah's claiming years of emotional and physical abuse. She has witnesses ready to back her up. My stomach twisted. Who? He sighed. Her family. A couple of her friends. And he hesitated. And what? I snapped. And one of her exes. I swore under my breath. Let me guess, Jason. Bingo. I knew that asshole showing up at my apartment was a setup. Greg leaned forward. Listen, right now it's just allegations. No hard proof. But if she pushes this to court, it's your word against hers. And you're the one with a restraining order against you. I exhaled sharply. That damn restraining order. The one I'd filed to protect myself. Now made me look guilty. Hannah had played this perfectly, and I was running out of moves. That night, I got another message from Hannah. Blocked number. But the email subject hit me like a punch to the gut. We can end this. I almost deleted it. Almost. But curiosity got the better of me. I opened it, and my blood ran cold. Ryan, this has gone too far. I never wanted to hurt you, but you left me no choice. You abandoned me, humiliated me, turned everyone against me. But I'm willing to make this go away. I'll drop everything. The police report, the GoFundMe, all of it. If you come back. I stared at the screen, my hands shaking. This wasn't just manipulation. This was blackmail. She had weaponized the system to force me back into her life. And the worst part? She probably thought it would work. I forwarded the email to Greg. His response? Do not reply. We're taking this to court. I should have felt relieved. I didn't, because I knew what was coming next. And I was right. The next morning, I woke up to a **ing nightmare. My face was all over social media. Screenshots from the fake messages. The GoFundMe campaign. And now, a police report. Someone had leaked it, and the internet exploded. Throw him in jail. Abusers deserve to rot. Another narcissistic man caught red-handed. They were calling me a monster. Strangers who didn't know a damn thing about me were demanding I lose my job, my freedom, my life. I was officially the villain in her story. And the worst part? I had no idea how to prove the truth. Greg didn't waste time. We're counterfiling, he said. Defamation. False accusations. And we're getting that GoFundMe shut down. Will it work? We'll make it work. I wanted to believe him. But then my phone rang. Another unknown number. I answered, and the voice on the other end sent ice through my veins. Ryan? It's Jason. I clenched my jaw. What the hell do you want? A pause. Then, I think I **** ed up. Asterisk. My heart pounded. What are you talking about? Jason exhaled. Hannah. She lied to me. About everything. I gripped my phone tighter. No shit. No, Ryan. You don't get it. I helped her file the report. Silence. My vision blurred with rage. You what? She made me believe you were dangerous. I thought I was helping, but after I saw that email she sent you, I realized she's been playing all of us. I couldn't breathe. Jason, do you have proof? A beat. Then, yeah, and I'm ready to testify. This was it. The one thing Hannah didn't account for. One of her own witnesses turning against her. Jason gave a sworn statement. Greg took it straight to the cops. And within 48 hours, the case was dropped. No charges, no record. And Hannah? She was screwed. Because now, I was the one taking her to court. I thought clearing my name would bring me peace. It didn't. Sure, the case was dropped. The cops knew Hannah was lying. Even Jason, her own witness, turned against her. But the damage? It was already done. And now, it was my turn to make her pay. Greg wasted no time. We're suing her for defamation, emotional distress, and fraud, he told me. She spread false accusations, tried to ruin your reputation, and scam thousands of dollars out of people with that fake GoFundMe. Will we win? Absolutely. He filed the paperwork the same day. And when Hannah was served, she lost her mind. She showed up at my apartment, banging on the door, screaming my name. I stayed inside, called the cops. By the time they got there, she was crying, playing the victim like she always did. Ryan, please, just talk to me. The cops pulled her aside. One of them knocked on my door. Do you want to press charges? I looked past him, straight at her. Mascara streaked down her face. Her hands were shaking. For a second, a stupid second, I felt a twinge of guilt. Then I remembered. The fake texts, the police report, the GoFundMe scam. And just like that, the guilt was gone. Yeah, I said. I do. They arrested her on the spot. A month later, we were in court. Hannah looked rough. She'd lost weight. Her hair was messy. She didn't have that smug, manipulative spark in her eyes anymore. She looked small, but I wasn't falling for it. Not this time. The judge read the charges, looked through the evidence. Greg presented everything. The fake messages, the GoFundMe scam, Jason's sworn statement, the email where she literally tried to blackmail me into coming back. And Hannah? She just sat there, silent, defeated. For the first time in her life, she had nothing left to say. The judge ruled in my favor. She had to pay every penny back from the GoFundMe. She had to pay my legal fees. And the defamation lawsuit? That was a 6-figure settlement. Hannah was ruined. It's been 3 months since the trial. Hannah moved out of state. She deleted all her social media. As far as I know, she's couch surfing with random friends, trying to figure out what's next. And me? I'm finally free. I kept the apartment, got a promotion at work, started dating again. It's weird, trying to trust someone after everything. But for the first time in years, I'm actually happy. And I know one thing for sure. If someone ever tells you they have plenty of options, believe them and walk away before they destroy you. Because I almost didn't, and it nearly cost me everything.